Have you ever wondered why at times it seems the least qualified, or even the most foolish people manage to rise to the heights of power? It's a question that haunts many, but the answer could have been written centuries ago by a Florentine thinker. Prepare yourself for an illuminating journey into the heart of politics and human nature, guided by Niccolò Machiavelli. Every day we witness political dynamics that leave us perplexed. We see figures who seem devoid of profound vision or real expertise, yet they find themselves leading nations or large organizations. This phenomenon is not new. It is a constant in human history, an enigma that has fascinated and frustrated generations. We wonder how crucial decisions can be made by those who appear least suited. This feeling of disorientation is often accompanied by a sense of helplessness. But what if I told you that a Renaissance man had already cracked this code? Niccolò Machiavelli, who lived between the 15th and 16th centuries, is one of the most controversial figures in the history of political thought. His name is often associated with concepts such as deception and ruthlessness, but his work is much more profound. He was a keen observer of reality, a ruthless analyst of human nature and the mechanics of power. Machiavelli was not a moralist, he was a pragmatist. He asked not how power should be exercised, but how it is actually gained and maintained. His observations, though written in a different historical context, resonate with surprising relevance in the contemporary world. The people are always impressed by appearances, and the world is composed of nothing else. Niccolò Machiavelli. His most famous work, The Prince, is not a treatise on ethics, but rather a practical manual for anyone aspiring to govern. Machiavelli wrote it with the intention of offering concrete advice to a new ruler, drawing on his vast diplomatic experience and knowledge of history. It is a text that reveals the bare bones of politics. In this book, Machiavelli analyzes the qualities a prince needs to maintain his state. He doesn't discuss moral virtues in the traditional sense, but rather virtue understood as ability, cunning, fortitude, and adaptability. It's a dispassionate analysis that forces us to look at politics without veils. For Machiavelli, a prince's virtue is not goodness or justice, but his effectiveness in attaining and maintaining power. A virtuous prince is one who knows how to act decisively, who knows how to be both a gulp, fox, and a leone, lion. He must be cunning to avoid traps and strong to scare away wolves. This virtue implies the ability to adapt to circumstances, to change one's nature if necessary. It means knowing how to use force when necessary and fraud when more convenient. It is a virtue that is not concerned with morality, but only with the end result, the stability and security of the state. Alongside virtue, Machiavelli recognizes the crucial role of fortune. Fortune is the set of unpredictable circumstances, random events that can benefit or hinder a prince. Despite his skill, a leader is always at the mercy of some degree of unpredictability. However, Machiavelli doesn't believe that fortune is invincible. A virtuous prince must be able to stem fortune, prepare for the unexpected, and seize the opportunities it presents. It's like a raging river. You can't stop it, but you can build embankments to direct its flow. One of Machiavelli's most revolutionary concepts is that for a prince, appearances are often more important than reality. It's not necessary to be pious, loyal, or honest, but it's essential to appear so. People judge what they see, not what's hidden in their hearts. A leader must be a master of simulation and dissimulation. He must be able to pretend to possess qualities he doesn't possess and conceal those that could weaken him. This ability to manage one's image is one of the keys to gaining and maintaining popular support. And here we come to the heart of our question. Why do the least capable, or those we perceive as foolish, end up in power? Machiavelli wouldn't use the term foolish, but his analyses offer an explanation. Often those who rise are not the wisest or most morally virtuous, but those most skilled in applying Machiavellian principles. These individuals may not possess deep technical knowledge or complex vision, but they excel at manipulating perceptions. They are masters at presenting an image of strength, determination, or simplicity that resonates with the masses. Their virtue is their ability to navigate the seas of politics, not intrinsic wisdom. Machiavelli had a rather cynical view of human nature, especially of the common people. He believed that men were ungrateful, fickle, deceitful, and dissimulating, shunning danger and greedy for gain. This pessimistic view is crucial to understanding how the less capable can succeed. A people thus described is more easily influenced by appearances and simple promises. They don't always seek truth or complexity, but often desire security, stability, and immediate answers. A leader who knows how to harness these inclinations can easily gain popular favor, even if his actual capabilities are limited. Consider contemporary political figures who have successfully constructed a powerful image, often simplifying complex messages. It's not uncommon to see leaders who, despite not being intellectuals or experts in every field, manage to mobilize broad support. This happens because they are skilled at communicating directly and emotionally. These leaders often excel in the art of rhetoric and persuasion. They know how to strike the right chord with their electorate, presenting themselves as one of them or as the only solution to problems. Their strength lies not in the depth of their thinking, but in the effectiveness of their communication and their ability to appear decisive. In a world overloaded with information, the ability to simplify messages is a powerful weapon. Leaders who can reduce complex problems to easy-to-digest slogans often gain an advantage. It doesn't matter if the proposed solution is superficial. What matters is that it is understandable and reassuring. Charisma, understood as the ability to attract and influence people, is another Machiavellian quality. It isn't necessarily linked to wisdom or competence, but rather to strength of personality and the ability to inspire trust or fear. A charismatic leader can compensate for many shortcomings with their mere presence. Machiavelli knew that people are driven by fear and hope. A skilled prince knows how to harness these emotions. He can instill fear to maintain order or offer hope to mobilize support. The less capable who rise to power are often masters of this art. They identify society's deepest anxieties and present themselves as the only ones capable of resolving them. They promise quick and permanent solutions, even if unrealistic. This strategy, though it may seem foolish to a critical observer, is extremely effective in winning the hearts and minds of the masses. Another Machiavellian piece of advice is that if you can't be loved and feared at the same time, it's better to be feared. Fear is a stronger bond than love, because men are more likely to break a bond of love for their own gain, but hesitate to betray those they fear. Leaders who appear foolish but maintain power often do so through a combination of fear and control. They may not be loved, but their ability to impose their will and punish opposition makes them untouchable. This requires not wisdom, but determination and ruthlessness. A Machiavellian tactic to unite people and divert attention from their own weaknesses is the construction of a common enemy. This enemy can be internal or external, real or perceived. A leader who knows how to identify and demonize an adversary can easily consolidate his power. The less capable often excel at this strategy. Instead of tackling complex problems with complex solutions, they prefer to point to a scapegoat. This simplifies the debate and creates a sense of unity against an external threat, strengthening the leader's position. Machiavelli was aware of the volatility of public opinion. What is popular today may be despised tomorrow. A prince must be able to navigate these shifting waters, adapting his strategy and image. Leaders who appear foolish but remain in power are often skilled at this dance. They don't stick rigidly to a single ideology or plan. They are flexible, ready to change course or reject previous positions if it helps maintain consensus. This lack of coherence, which might be seen as a weakness, is actually a form of Machiavellian virtue. Machiavelli was not naive. He knew that power is ephemeral and that every regime is destined to decline. Even the most capable princes and the most stable regimes are subject to the cycles of fortune and virtue. History is a succession of rises and falls, of new orders supplanting the old. This means that even the least capable who rise to power are not immune to fall. Their ability to manipulate appearances and emotions may work for a while, but ultimately, reality tends to take its toll. Their virtue is limited to their ability to maintain power, not its eternal duration. Machiavelli's lesson is not an invitation to cynicism, but a call to awareness. Understanding the dynamics of power, even the most uncomfortable ones, makes us more informed and less manipulable citizens. It allows us to look beyond appearances and evaluate leaders not only for what they say, but for what they do and how they do it. We must not passively accept simplified narratives or empty promises. We must develop a critical sense, analyzing the motivations and strategies behind our leaders' actions. Only in this way can we hope to influence the course of history and choose those who govern us with greater discernment. Machiavelli invites us to see politics for what it is, not what we would like it to be. He shows us that political success does not always reward wisdom or morality, but often cunning, determination, and the ability to understand and manipulate human nature. This is his most powerful demo. His analysis prompts us to ask, are we choosing our leaders based on a carefully constructed image, or are we looking for true competence and integrity? The answer to this question is crucial to the future of our societies. Machiavelli's insights, though uncomfortable, are a powerful tool for deciphering the world around us. They teach us that politics is a complex game, where appearances often prevail over substance and where virtue is a matter of effectiveness, not morality. The less capable can rise to power not because of their wisdom, but because of their ability to navigate these waters. Now that you understand these dynamics, the power is in your hands. Not the power to govern, but the power to discern. We invite you to go beyond appearances, analyze, question, and inform yourself. Share this video to spark debate and subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the big ideas shaping our world. Your awareness is the key to a better future.